and the PPD you designed, you assigned to your trainer code, right? But
Yes.
while testing, you were trying to use work center code,
Yes.
and it was not working.
No, it was
You were
okay.
supposed to get a message, but you were not
Yeah,
receiving the
message
message.
was not coming. So
So
this is something.
I'm saying you assigned that start that PPD to your trainer code, right? Customized code. But you were opening the work center code, default code.
Okay. This is something like you creating a transaction or service API, and once you deploy, it will be available to for use for everyone who has the access to DMC. It's not restricted to any person. Like I, the one
No,
who
no, no.
created it.
Actually, just wanted to clarify one thing. There are two pods, right? One is the customized you created trainer code.
Mm.
Second is work center default code. Correct.
Ah. Mm.
But the changes in that PPD you assign to the trainer code, not the work
Right.
center code, no?
Right.
So, but while testing that, you opened the work center code and so maybe I'm wrong, but
Oh.
you opened that work
Yeah.
center code. Sorry.
Yes, yes. Because my, if you see, right, the trainer quad, why I understand why you're saying this. Not this. One second, you're saying I have assigned it to the wrong place. Okay,
No,
this
no,
is
you have assigned it to
right.
the correct place, but you are running the wrong code. And I am thinking like
Mostly it won't be happen because if it, I think you are saying this one, right? Work
no,
center
no,
pod data.
this is correct. But
Oh,
the
you're saying,
page this here you have assigned that setting that is correct. But the page you opened for work center default code.
oh, is that? Let me check that, and then again, I think we were in the last step. No, I think I was using the right pod only. If you see, if I'm looking at this thing, right, this work center pod, this is in the description I have given to the pod that I have designed.
Okay.
So that is an issue with the pod message. Okay, ideally it should display, but this is a known issue actually. So I think it's because of the cache and all I have to delete and everything. Then I think it may work. Otherwise, this is a known issue. Actually, it happens very randomly. This
And could you
pod.
check that certification part? That was also supposed
I
to show.
No, that's why I told you, right? So certification, we need to initially it was like once you created, then on the click it will check the system. But now they have provided a provision where we have to write our own logic. We have to create a PPD and then assign it on the start where you want to do the check.
Mhm.
Like, initially, it works like system will do the automatically check, but it's they have been invoked, I guess. Now they have provided a provision we can do the check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we can quickly see that one more PPT. Okay, with that time.
Then yeah, we can check one. What PP logic you want to implement and
Any logic which were using in your real time project similar to that.
let's try the certificate thing only. So yesterday we create the certificate and assigned to I think operation and works in right. Let me just see that. It is assigned to resource this one. Let me assign the operation as well. Final assembly. Yeah, there. It walks into, let me just do the sign of error. Let's create that. So needs plant operation. Okay, we can assign it operation version, material version, user and resource. Oh, I need plant. I need operation. I need operation version. This is an extra parameter I can see here. What is sequence structure? Sequence. This is not. Let's try this one. I never use this one. Okay, there's no output of this API as well. Here also. So indicated as a check finish with error. Condition forbidden. Set within check error. Okay, these are the response we will get. Let's see. At first we'll test it. Okay. See that. Quickly assign it to the pod as well. This is the PR pod of the main activities. On start. Here on start, I'm not doing anything. I'm just, okay, it's not deployed yet. It's deployed now. So I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to start this. I'm going to just check whether the certificate check is happening properly or not. Okay. We can add multiple logics. Like if check successfully, then run, execute it or not, like that. We can do. So yesterday I gonna showed you like how to monitor this production processes also. So we have one application called monitor production processes. This is the part of um, manufacturing automation. So we have this one. So here you can see based on the environment also you can select if we have a production connector or Pico, right? For that it will create a different environment. You can test it based on certain PPD processes only. If I want to check the logs and everything for this one, I can do that as well. State based on status also you can check range, time range, to and from you can say. You can have this process ID, then you can search it with the process ID as well. If you want to search with any variable value, that also you can search. This is poster mode and then the label based on the label that you're creating. That also you can do. So for currently today is 23rd only, right? So in the morning, just I think we have run while testing, right? Where the pop-up is going to be did. So you can see this messages and all. So here you can see the green checkbox is there, right? That means this is the part sequence which has been executed. If gray out is there, that means this is the sequence is not executed or not followed. This one is followed. Okay. Here you can see the process incident ID and other information regarding the process. What are the start time and time duration and all you can see. Let's try out the logic now, which is for the certificate check. Okay. So I'm not expecting anything on the screen. I will go and check into the monitor whether it happens successfully or not. Okay, I got one error. Must not be null. Okay, I understand the error. Because here we didn't provided any input. No, no. Version. Okay, operation version is not. I have to hard code it. Okay. Plant, user ID. Operation, I think I will kept as version 1 only. Let me just verify it last. One only kept. Close it. Save it again. Go to the pod. Refresh it. So you see that was failed and you can see the message also. So here since we are passing no value actually, so that's why this message came must not be done. So fields they needed some value actually. Let's try once more. Still, see, now you get the error says I didn't have the certificate. Okay, so you get this user is not certified to work at the operation bus, right? This is because for me this certificate is not assigned. If I go inside the user management and if go to my user inside certification, if I assign that certificate, enable certification date, so today only add it and save it. Okay. If I go to pod now, just let me refresh it once more time. If I click again start, I will not able to see that message because now I'm able because I have that certificate, I have that skill class qualification to work on this particular uh, operation. So then get if I go here, I see the message, not this one, sorry. So this was a fail which was saying like the user is not certified. And this one's the latest one, which is completed. And if I go and see, no message. So if it is successfully, then there's no message coming, but some error is there. So this particular service or API is giving us the valid information or error why this is not successfully executed. Or so, yeah. So based on that, you can have it. So if I go here, so you can what you can do in the logic. I'll just let you know little. So if my status is 403, okay, here I can see the status 403. If 403 is coming, do not start this SFC. Just do nothing. If all goes well, here I can put a SFC start logic as well. So it will go to once check is happen, it will start the SFC and end. So this way we can
What is
use
that 403 error is coming? What is the reason for that error?
See, because this particular user does not have that certificate, this logic thrown in error.
But when you assign that certificate, then is it working, right? Are you able to complete as well?
Yeah. Oh, complete what?
SFC.
I didn't started the SFC as of now. I didn't put that logic. I just showing you how this particular PPD will execute.
Okay. No, understand. Because after assigning certificate, we are not getting that certificate error. And without certificate, we are getting this. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is there any batch job concept if you want to automate some processes in DMS?
Like we create routing and we want to assign it to the material. That automation we can do.
No, not that part. We'll come to that. Any recurring things that we can set up in the schedule time and like that batch job concept?
No. Can you please explain a little more?
Okay, it's a certain program. If you want to schedule it, like okay, run this particular plugin or run this particular service every day night. Okay, so that is something I can schedule it.
Yeah, I can do that as well, but I think I don't know whether it's part of this or not. But if you see this manufacturing automation part, okay. So if you see this one application called Manage Automatic Trigger, there's a possibility you can time-based. You can do the run any PPD or any PPDs basically. There's one business space. So basically based on any events, they have two type of events. Okay. Let me just show you. So in events, these are the events basically like when bomb is created, you want to make modification, any material is downloaded or deleted up. So these are the events basically. If any of these happens, you want to execute any particular PPD, then you can use. Then we have business as services. So if you are completing SFC or phase or anything, okay, and you want to modify or run any logic, so in that case also you can use this.
Okay. What is the app name?
Manage trigger automation. Time-based, the subscription is also like when you have to, this one we basically use for the tags or when we did the software integration. So based on the tags changes or anything, so basically you have to have logic where you are doing notification based logic you want to run. So in that case, any tag value change, you want to subscribe to any particular or run any particular PPD or anything. So you can assign or create here. Timer when you kind of scheduler actually. So you have to set a, let's see. So I just give a random name. Here I have to express the time, at what frequency or where I want to execute this. Every minute I want to execute, or specific minute I want to execute, like every 5th minute I want this to be executed at 5 minute plus hours. Okay, so this expression is generated with the help of you. Here I can assign that which PPD I want to. Okay, or all this information I can enter. These values are needed. So here I will have to enter.
Okay. And in the same application, I can see the log of the this execution, or it's under production monitor.
So for whether these are the PPDs, this is the PPD, right? So related to PPD, if you want to check anything, you have to look into the monitor production process here on there.
Okay, and if it is other than the PPD,
plugins you cannot monitor anywhere. Apart from that, we don't have anything else.
So if I schedule something in this manage production trigger, automation trigger, okay, how I know whether it's run successful or fail or?
Every time you're using PPD only, right? If you're running, what are you gonna run here? Timer pay, like if you're executing, like you said, like I want to run a job which runs like every 5 minutes. What is a job is in DMC? It's nothing but your PPD only. You cannot add directly any API to this timer. It should go through that PPD only. Here, if you see time, I don't have any other option, right? If I go, I can just use PPD. And services also, these are the services which are there provided by DMC. Though only those, like suppose this one, I can execute. There I have to provide all the information. So any standard services are there, okay, or PPDs, or I think if you have any REST API as well, which are deployed inside the DMC runtime environments under this one, that you can use. But apart from that, if we have is running in a different run environment, then you cannot use it here. You have to make sure that it is under the DMC cloud run environment.
Okay. And this also we can monitor through this process monitor, right? Production process monitor.
This one, I'm not sure about this because these are not a PPDs and all things. I never tried this running or executing these services in outside the PPD. So I cannot comment on this part. But for definitely, if you're running any processing on your timer, subscription, or any business logic, then definitely you're gonna see your logs here in the monitor production process. But ideally, it should be there only because those also you're running under the same run environment. But I never tried that way, so I would not try.
Yeah, I think Rahul or Vinod, you have some question, right?
Yeah, Kajal, I was asking, like, if you are creating a routing and you want to automate the process to assign it to the material, is that possible?
You're creating a routing, new routing you are creating, right?
Yeah.
Same,
because in this environment, we are creating material separately and routing separately. There is no connection, right? So we just want to
where you're creating routing and material in DMC or
DMC.
Yeah, you can use this business rules. So whenever your material is routing is created, run a PPD who will do the assignment to that particular material on. Before that, you need to look and go and check whether you have any APIs available which will fulfill your requirement.
Okay. I just one last thing, Kajal, before we finish this execution part. We have already discussed about activity confirmation. I just want to clarify one more thing on that. Okay. Just open a screen for manage order.
Hey, you know, ZaranTech now offers SAP corporate training. That's right. Train your workforce in SAP with our comprehensive program. We offer customized courses, certified trainers, and hands-on labs for both individuals and businesses. Our standout features? Bespoke training, fully configured servers for practice, in-house materials, and a dedicated LMS. Plus, get session recordings and 24/7 support. From functional to technical modules, we have got it all. Choose ZaranTech for SAP training and watch your team excel. Learn, upskill, succeed with ZaranTech.
Create a new order. Just click on create order. Just proceed. If you want, I can proceed to create any order. There, wait. There in the below screen, you can see we can put time manually. Setup, processing, clear time.
Right.
Can we use it for activity confirmation? The time we are putting here. I think it is standard. SAP one key is flowing. I tried yesterday by using collaborate app where I tried to assign that activity confirmation option, but that was not appearing in the pod.
Collaboration is all for the integration part, not for the inside DMC. So whenever having integration with the ERP S4 HANA, then you have to make sure that collaboration is set up so that that message can flow properly. This one, I'm also not very sure because I didn't see these anywhere in the routing as a part of routing. Okay. Even we are filling this information, right? I cannot see on the pods or any plugin actually. So I tried that one, but it's not coming as a part of it. But if you are transferring your activities from the S4, right, that you can definitely see at the routing level. When you go to routing that particular operation, you can see all the information, all the activity which are transferring from the ERP or S4. For the DM insight, in short, we call as. So one more thing, guys. So DMC was their earlier name. Okay. So mostly SAP now call this product as digital manufacturing. They mostly now calling it as like DM. Yeah, but I think people its publicity is with more with DMC, but that was just for an FYI. Like they are not calling us DMs. Okay, so DMC or DM for Insight is basically we'll go through it in this particular module. Okay, we're going to throw these topics. First one is like we're going to understand what DMC Insight is. Then we're gonna see the real-time monitoring, production monitoring. Okay, so under this we're gonna see all the standard dashboards or reporting dashboard which is already there. Then we're gonna see the key performance indicator. So here in this particular topic, we're gonna understand how the quality OE basically has been calculated in the DMC. Okay, how all calculation is happening. And then in the last, we're gonna see how to configure and create your own dashboards with the help of the embedded SAP Analytical Cloud. This is also another analytical tool. Basically, it's somehow like if anyone of you has worked with the Power BI, then they can easily relate. It's similar to that, or any of you has worked with the SAP Analytical Cloud tool, then the same thing, but it is being now embedded inside the DMC. So SAC is itself is a different product of SAP, but they have embedded in the DMC as well. So not all of the feature of SAC, but few features are available in the DMC, which we can utilize to build our dashboards, reports, and all. Okay. So let's start with the DMC. So DMC is nothing but it's provide an advanced analytical tool, basically, which help you to analyze and optimize your operational data. Okay, so basically, it's like it help you to visualize your production data, and they store this data into the MDOs. MDOs are nothing but these are the uh, data objects, or you can understand as it's a tables with respect. It's a table basically which is representing each of your business objects. Like for the plant, they have one MDO. For the uh, resource operation activity, they have created different MDOs, which is there. And so basically, with the help of those, you can easily monitor your production process. You can perform any analytical you can perform any operational analytics, and can also it helps us to understand what it's give a better insight of your operation data, and also help you to identify any defects or any deviation which is happening in your production. You can easily, with the help of these data or dashboards, you can do that. So for that, the DMCI is. So for DMI, we have these applications. There's one more which we call line monitoring. Okay. So these are the five basically measured application under the manufacturing insight. One is a order report, SFC report, managed dashboard, and initializer embedded analytics. So this one is a configurational application. These are the two reports which is provided by the SAP. The managed dashboard is from this application you can create your own dashboards, and then we have the line monitoring. So line monitoring is give you the overview of your overall kind OE production view. Okay, and that is kind of a pod basically, and SAP has you can it's a standard pod basically, line monitoring pod. So we will go through these 5 application in this module. Okay, so this is a basic architect basically to understand how DMCI is working. So here at the bottom you can see is the database for the execution. So in the previous module, what we have covered is the execution. So whatever the data we are creating there will be stored in a different database. Okay, and then we have another database for the DMI for the insights. So it's not like we are using the same database for execution and the DMCI. So basically SAP have different layers, data layers for both of these modules, but both of them are connected with each other. So timely transformation, like timely. So basically the data from the digital manufacturing for the execution, this raw data from this is automatically transferred to these MDOs. Okay, it's not like they manually do or something. It's some on trigger basis or anything. It's automatically get transferred to this MDOs. Okay, and this transformation process ensures that your production data is structured and ready for the use in analytical process. Okay, so like here, even this is a kind of a near real-time analytics you can do. I will not say 100% real, but it's kind of a near real time actually, because some latency or some time delay you can expect when this data is transforming from this database to this MDOs and all for the So here if you see SAP has provided an option to connect the basically provided some public APIs. Okay, with the help of these API, you can fetch or access basically the MDO data. Okay. So this particular integration allows that you have the access to these data outside of your this network basically, or this space. You can use into your different system. So basically it is unable, like you can able to use this beyond this DMC, what you call ecosystem basically. Okay. At the top layer, which we are saying that which we are the consumption visualization layer. So in this layer, we can see these three main top um, components basically, I've said. So one is the embedded analytic cloud, which I told you, like this is nothing but is a SAP analytical cloud product. But instead of that, instead of using it standalone, you can use it, those features of this particular product you can use in DMC. This particular product is embedded in DMC basically. Okay. So you have the power of to use the, so basically this what it does, it like it gives the power to utilize the feature of the SAP. Okay. And with the help of this, you can create your own dashboards, stories, or which will help you to visualize your production data. Okay. So this is a application or which help us to create our own a dashboard inside the DMC. Okay. Fury application. So basically, we have two reportings ones, right? This one, SFC report and the order report. These are the based on created based on the Fury only. Okay. Then we have the production operator dashboard. So for based on this, we have our line monitoring. So there we can see all the KPIs like related to quality, availability of the resource, and all those, and how much ELA has happened and all those things. So yeah, these are the three consumption layer where we can use the different features and can use the data related to which is basically this particular give us the insight about your production data. Okay. So any doubt on this architecture, like any confusion, how the communication is happening or anything? So if you have the provision to can easily access this MDO data as well outside the DMCI. Like if you have any you're creating any standalone application, like you're creating any Node.js or based application that you want to use this data. So with the help of public API, so that public API is nothing but that those which we are showing. But for the MDOs, they have a different one. So till now we are seeing all the APIs, public API with respect to the execution. Okay. For MDOs also we have, let me see what the name is. Not MDO. I will tell you the name of that particular. Yeah, I think this one is one API which is provided. So basically for the, I can see the calculation of the OE capital. Okay, so these are the API which is available. But these are for the inside you can use. No, not this one. Those okay, I will send you the MDOs, how you can access those MDO outside the environment as well. That I will let you know. Here I'm able to see, but somewhere you can see like they have given like how to access those MDOs. So I will provide that link. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Just like basically, if you want to write some queries or something, to fetch some data. So how we know that whether this data, like do we know the tables where how to access those data from which tables or kind of things, or those kind of information is not available?
I will let you know this. Any doubt on this particular slide which we're discussing?
No.
Okay, let's move forward. I will answer your questions. Let's go with the flow. Yeah. So this is what I explain right now, like how I can access the external APIs and all. So you can see they have provision by which you can access this induced data. Okay. So yeah, coming to your question, Soil. So they have these are the business manufacturing data objects, basically the MDUs. And from here, you can see the data. Like these are the structure of those MDUs. And like suppose you want to just fetch the information related to the order. Okay, the order MDU you can use and then you can filter based on it. Okay, and one more thing you have to understand, like these all MDUs are linked or connected with each other. So that mapping you can do easily with like, okay, on under the order, I want to see the plant only this. So all those information or filters you can do. I will show you in detail how to use this MDOs and all. Okay, so just bear with me with the next topic, whatever we have, and we will go through this all things. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope this answer your questions. Okay. Moving next. Okay. So in this next 2-3 slides, we're gonna talk about the. So basically, this one is the basic understanding. Like I just told you, like we have the operational reports as well, and these are the order report and SFC report. Okay, which help you to analyze and monitor your production process. Basically, what is happening, how much quantity has been done, when the SFC was started, what data collection has been happened. All those information you can easily visualize with the help of these two applications. Embedded X, we already talked about it. So it helps you, so you can create a pod like this way. You can create any charts like having a horizontal bar graph or area graph, or you can create a time series, or you can just put a numbers and all. So these kind of dashboard you can easily create in the embedded app. Okay. So for the real-time monitoring, we have a live monitoring, which we call line monitoring. This spelling is mistake, sorry. So with the help of this, you can understand the particular order or the current day, how much production has there, what was the quality. You can see the assets, basically how much of they're available and all. And also if you have any information related to the resource, okay, that also we can have it. So for this one, which you're looking here right now in the screen, is basically your integration with your shop floor. So tags are connected, so that you can easily monitor those as well. So there you can have the visibility of your OE as well. Okay. So this is more about the OE. You can read it. And for the OE related, we just saw it. We have APIs as well. So if you want to create your own dashboard or UFI screen, okay, which way you want to, so you can, these are the APIs are given. So here you can see, you can find out the availability or downtime losses for any particular resource. Okay, resource based information you can get, or production summary. Okay, you can retain the production summary. You can have it for the resource. Okay, means for next 7 days, how much it is down, up, and all those information. Performance loss data also you can say, speed loss data also you can visualize. So these are the API with the help you can create your own Fury application as Fury dashboard as well. Okay, for the OE related only. Yeah. So this is about the line monitor only. So with the line monitoring, these are the aspects which are being covered here. So you will have the visibility of your production, like how much yield you have did, how much scrap you have did. So all this information you will have. Okay, let me just open this application. I'm little not sure whether we will have any data, but let's see. So yeah, so for this particular assembly, for this particular current date I'm looking, okay, this is a work center I have selected. And in this particular work center, I can see this is my production view. So here, why this information is not okay. This particular view is order specific. So let me select the order. So once I selected the order summary is coming. Okay, here you can see quality information not coming because I think we need to scrap something on this. So availability of this particular resource you can see. So yeah, right now it is unproductive. Okay, we will be 100% right now. Availability is there now. So since because we don't have enough information in the system, okay, these are not visualized. All we can do is like, one second, let me previous day. No information much. So main reason is that we don't have much information, much data for this particular scenario. Like, again, I go to current date. Just complete the order today. Not in work, I cannot start, but just one second.
While you change the start, you with our code, right?
Yes, yes. Anyone you are using the system, like creating data and all, and completing?
Yes, Rajat.
Do you have any much data you created in the system? Like,
Yeah, we can use. Means up to production order execution, I have done. I have some data.
see, since I completed one order on this particular operation, okay, I can see the why it is not coming here. So what happened here? Resource name will come, and then there will be quantity, how much you have did and how much quantity you have scrapped. That information will come here. But I think system is not properly set up yet. Similar you can see here, right? So this is the quantity name work center resource coming. This is the quantity, like this way it will come yield information and the scrap, this kind of a line will be coming and showing. Okay. So we'll see. I will try to put some more data into it and then we'll see. asset information is basically your whether your resource is down, up, and all those information. You can have it. Oh, let me do one thing. I will put this resource down. Currently, no operation is there. Let me just do one thing. WSM. I don't have reason could assign itself. So basically, system is not set up as actually that's why reason I cannot put this resources down. I will try to show you this data, how line monitoring data is coming, maybe tomorrow. Okay. But asset is nothing but the information regarding your resource, whether the resource is available. So here you can see one graph is coming, right? So it's showing like from the morning till now, it is in productive state. Okay. But I put in the scheduled downtime. So you can see red line, like it will showing the time again, like from this to this, it was in scheduled downtime. If it is again productive, it will show in the productive. So the graph will change as per the status of the resource. Okay.
So this can you go to that? Okay. So line monitor POD you can use for only for the orders, right? Not at that work center level or.
So if I go, okay, so first main screen where you can see, right? This is at the work center level. Okay. But inside work center, if I'm going, okay, these information, asset, OE, and quality, okay, these are going to be your resource level only. You cannot calculate asset information at the order level. Okay. But the production information is there, right? That will be based on your order. Like for this particular order, what is our production information? I'm not showing why it is coming this error. But mostly these part is there, right? Asset OE. This is your resource based. OE, we are not calculating on the order based level.
Yeah. So OE, is it mandatory to connect with the shop floor to have that OE data, or how it is? Or
No, it's not. Like it's based on your resource availability, right? So if you're putting your resource up and down, like it is down for 10 minutes or 20 hours or something, you're not producing anything, right? The availability, your resource was not available. So, and this much you have quantity you have produced from this resource, right? So the calculation will happen in that way. It's not necessarily you should have in shop floor integration.
Okay. And can I have this data in that kind of a list view instead of each orders or each resource? If I want to see for all the orders or all the resource, like as a summary in that grid view or list view kind of thing.
From this part, no. Or information, if you want to have it the way you want, you can use this particular API. Okay, and then you can create your own. So these are the API. You need to understand what this API is, what they are doing, what information you're getting from this API. Are they filling your requirement? If so, you can use it and then you can visualize as how you want.
Okay. And one more thing, you are referring many, this side link SAP for the API for the reference library. Can you share those also, or somewhere in that, or put it in PPT or somewhere?
Okay, I will try, but right now today I don't have the
Not today. Any
I
day,
just
like
type
just
this one, nothing.
importance, that link to refer the API, to refer the registries, to refer all the documents. What are the DMC related things?
Okay, for the API, this is the, you just search this SAP Business API Hub. Okay, so this link will come. Just click that. So this is a public API, that a public site, basically the public API that SAP have for all their product. It's not just for DMC. They have this for their cloud, S/4HANA Cloud Private Public Edition, for the customer experience. For BTP also they have. So yep. So here you just search your digital manufacturing. This is what I'm looking at. Okay. Yeah. OE, we talk like you can easily identify, can see the OE information calculation will happen. Also, you can see the quality related, how much you have scrap, how much good part you have produced, how much bad part you have produced. All those information also can easily have it through the line monitor. Okay. Yeah, this is about the overview and detailed page. Let me just cover that as well. So whenever you are using or first time opening the line monitor, so the time range will be the current date selection, and the whatever, and the any one work center will be default selected for you. Okay. If you want to view for all the work center, just select all. Okay, and it will show you the OE. Why this is critical. Maybe I didn't produce anything on this particular, maybe I don't know. Okay, so this how, like, based on your data, everything, the or somehow design will look different. So here you can see here the OE calculation was showing 0%, which is very critical, and because it's very critical for the shop floor person or manager or the supervisor, and they need to understand why. So they can come and see, okay, it was available, but the quality was not produced. So if I go to the here, something is wrong with this one. This quality thing, I need to check. The data is not coming. Some errors are coming. Error fetching performance log contractor system administrator. Okay. Some configuration issue, I feel like it is there, or some maybe error. But for that, maybe we might need to raise a ticket to SAP as well. So that we need to check. But yeah, similar here. The problem is like the OE, overall OE is coming 0. Okay. So that's why you can see here the one red ribbon is there against that tab. Yeah. So basically this page is we call as the overview page. Okay. If I go inside the different page, this is our detail page where you will have OE and all those information. Okay. Key performance indicator. Okay. 1 second. Before covering this part, okay, where we are talking about the how the calculation is happening for the OE, actually, we'll take this part later. I will like to cover the main two operational dashboard first, okay, and then we'll discuss this one. So as I told you, for the inside we have these applications. Okay, we have report as well. So these two reports are the operational reports. So one is the order report. So this will have the information at the order level. So whenever you're opening this particular screen, you have this kind of a layout where you can search, text search is there, material level, execution status, release status, under your plan and start date, and actual start and end date, based on these filters, you can do the data filtering over this particular screen. Okay. Here are a few more options, like how you want to visualize this chart, not with a lot of information coming or not. So that you can do. Then we have a setting where you can just see what are the filtered columns you want to see. You can sort the information as well, and you can filter as well. So you want to filter based on batch and what are the batch information should come. So once the data is, you can do a 2-level filter. So you can filter based on here and then after here itself. Then we have option to export and export as. So these are 2 options. You can export this information, what is coming here in the screen. Okay. If I go inside of this report, you have a general idea about, you get the information about this particular, like what is the material, process, quantity, and what is the status, schedule, start and time. Okay. Then we have, if any serial number is associated with that order, you can see that. If SFC is created against this, that information we can see. What are the components are there, whether they are backflush or not, or other information. You can have it. These are the columns there for this information. Then routing information you can see. So basically, this is a report like shop order report where you can see information related to the order. So it's about component, recipe, routings, SFC numbers, any serial number associated with it. What is the current actual start date, schedule date, what is the plan date, and all those information basically with the respect to the order. You can use this application to view. Or if you want to send this information, that's the mail also you can do, and save as this as a tile also you can do. So it is already the part of tile, so it doesn't make sense. This one you can send as a mail as well. Okay. Next report I would like to go is the SFC report. This is more in detail report about the SFC, and you can have more visibility inside the SFC, like what is happening on it, all those information, like any NC code you have log, all those information you can see here. So if I check any of it, like I'm just clicking this one. So here, if you see all this at the top, you have general idea about the information or detail about the SFC. Here there are 2 things also. So from this screen, you can print the product genealogy and product history report as well. Okay. And this option same as the order report, like send as a mail or save as a tile. So I will go to the product genealogy and report, history report later. Let's see what are the other tabs, information we have for this on this screen. So this is again the basic idea about the order. Okay. Then we have a production log. So this log basically is like when the SFC started, created, when we did the sign off and all. So this particular SFC was a splitted SFC, like initial quantity was 20, then we split it into 10. So the first event which we happened here was the split one. So that's why you can see here. Then SFC was created, then we started sign off, all those things happen. So all the event which has been gone through, this is the production log, basically what happened on this SFC. Those all information, you can view it from here. You can see the time, at what operation, what was the quantity, what was the resource, and then, yeah, user information also you can see. If I go more into it, no, there's no related information. So user information and all also you can see. Next one is the component level information. So these are the components, okay, associated with this particular operation. How much consumption happened, that also you can see. Right. Then we have data collection. If any data is being collected against this SFC, all those information you can see here. Non-conformance, if happened, you recorded any NC against this SFC, you can see here. any tool consumption you have marked or recorded at this particular SFC, that also you can visualize here. Okay, work instructions, any work instruction associated with it, that you can see. Electronic signature has been done, that also you can see. And then we have custom data. So custom data is have been created for this particular SFC against different objects like material order or data collection. So that also you can see here. If you see for order, we have the sales order testing, so that is coming. So this is all information you can have in detail about the SFC. Okay. And
So
these
Kajal,
are
in SFC roller report, there is no any tab for the document, for the attached document, to view the document.
no.
What sets ZaranTech apart in SAP corporate training? It's our unique blend of expertise and innovation. We offer customized courses tailored to each client's needs, ensuring relevant, targeted learning. Our vast trainer database brings you wisdom from the best in the field. Need resources? Access our extensive training material repository anytime. We are all about measurable results, providing detailed student metrics to track progress. And we don't just teach, we build community. Join our thriving social media network, connecting learners beyond boundaries. With ZaranTech, you are not just training, you are transforming your SAP expertise.
As of now, there's no feature where we can see any attach information. Like for non-conformance, we can attach the information, right? You can attach the file, but nowhere I can see that information in DMC. That is one setback I feel like maybe they are working, maybe in the coming future release we may see, but as of now, that feature is not available. We cannot see any attached files. Okay. These reports, we have genealogy report and history report. Genealogy report is more about the component consumption, how much we have done and what. So this is the information, what are the components are there and what actual consumption happens, that you can see here. History report is more about the SFC production log information. You can see data collection information. You can see non-conformation information, all the information like work instruction, tool consumption information. So yeah, these are all about the assembly points also, what are the assembly happens, that you can have it from the product history report. Genealogy report is more about the component consumption.
This is kind of a form, right?
No, these are the report. You cannot enter anything in this. These are the reports. You can print out these reports.
Yeah, means it's kind of you're printing that forms, right? So like this design is a form, not like
design is a form. Yeah. So yeah, this is all about the.
So just one thing, like, what's your experience? Generally, whosoever is using S4 or ECC, whatever systems, right? They already have those forms in their systems. So when they move to DMC, will they create this custom form in DMCs, or how, or whether they will call this form from the source systems?
It's based on requirement. It's based on requirement. Okay. If this genealogy report is not good enough, you can create your own reports. You can create UFI screen, they can see the report, they can print out that form. It's all requirement, whether like mostly for me, it's like genealogy report is just information about the component. It may fulfill some customer need or some may not. So that's up to the requirement. Okay.
So to design this form or to develop this form, again, it's a PDD or something else?
This is plugin development you have to do, I guess. You can create your, these are UFI only, right? These screens, what you're seeing right now. So you can create your own UFI plugin and you just deploy into DMC and use it. The plugins, these are the plugin. So your UFI Fury development, you guys know, right? UFI development, you guys know. Create your application and then deploy it in the DMC. Use it as a custom pod.
Not entire application. We just want to like print some forms or something. Okay, application is okay, but just to print custom forms or a document.
When I say application, I doesn't mean you have to create one end-to-end enterprise level application. I mean to like one page application also you can create, which look like something this information like this only table also you can create, and their option you can provide this export option like that. No. So if I export it here, it came something like this. Whatever their table data is there, I just exported a table data. Something like that also you can create and use in DMC.
So after creating the UI5 application, we have to deploy on the like BTP environment.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Then after that, is there any like some what is the process? Means how we will go into use in DMC directly? Let's suppose we have deployed on the BTP.
Yeah, BTP you deploy, then register the service. So register that application URL as a service inside the service registry, manage service registry, and then you can use. So in the manage service registry, you have to register as a part of your. This is not the scope of this session actually. Still, I'm telling you. This is part of extensibility. Okay, I'm going beyond. So as a part of your extension, you have to register that particular application.
Okay. Yeah.
So anything related, have any questions for the extensibility? Let me know. I will discuss with Mike how to proceed with this question, because that is not a straightforward answers. Okay, it might take further sessions.
So, Kajal, extensibility means we don't want you to explain like how we can do, just a process. Okay, this is where we can kind of think. It's like just an overview. It's not like to show us how to develop that particular application.
Okay. So today I will not able to create a dashboard. Okay, I just during this I was checking with my internal team for the system setup, and seems like it was not done. We will create a dashboard. Okay. It's because of the system was not configured properly. Actually, it seems like it's not possible. No problem. Okay. So till now we discussed about what DMCI is. DMCI for Insight is what are the predefined or standard pods we have, what reports we have. So this is all we're going to talk today, and then tomorrow we'll see how to create our own dashboards. Okay, so in the pods, basically the line monitoring pod, we have the OE component as well. So there we can see the availability quality information about the particular resource. So for that, what calculation is being done, we will go and see that one. Okay. So basically, like suppose availability is calculated based on this formula, which is running time divided by the loading time. So this will give you the availability availability percentage basically, for how much that particular resource is actually available for the producing the product in the manufacturing shop floor. Okay. So like suppose theoretically we have a duration, like we have 8 hours of shift. Okay. In that shift, we are just yeah, sorry. Actually, the team internally is checking that application, okay, to make sure like either if it get enabled before I complete these topics, we can show. But it seems like team is facing some issue. Okay, no problem. Let's go on this topic as well only. Yeah, loading time is basically it's our like whatever the scheduled downtime is there. So theoretical time minus our scheduled time will give us the loading time. That means this is a dedicated or predefined time or allocated time where we are looking to work. Okay, so basically, like if you're taking the shop floor manufacturing environment, so 8 hour shift is there, out of which we have 1 hour break, including the meal break, a rest break in between. So total our 7 hour is the our only loading time. Okay, but out of the 7 hours, it's possible that we can have an unscheduled downtime as well. So that remaining loading time minus our unscheduled downtime will give you the actual running time. This is the actual time at which the machine or the work center on which you are performing to produce some product. Okay, so that is your available time. So that is your availability of the resource. Okay, any doubt on this?
Yes.
I think most of you. Yeah.
One question. Scheduled downtime we put in the board, okay, but unscheduled also can be provided from the same option.
Yes. Suppose like resources down, like you don't know, it was not planned. No planned activity was there. No planned maintenance was there for that particular
In the
resource.
place, that is okay. But where we will provide same place work center board. And
Yes.
one more thing, if with your experience in this implementation of DM, no, we have some real time downtime and unscheduled downtime locked by PM team. How it will integrate? Because if in any project we have PM implementation and PP implementation, then DM, then how will they integrate this time?
For that you have to do custom development. So whenever you're saying any PM is created, PM order is created, right? So you want to modify the resource status in DMC. So for that you have to create it actually, or flow in custom development you have to do. Okay, so this is all about the availability. So this is all about like what is theoretical time, loading time, and running time. Next topic we are talking about the performance. Performance is basically the amount quantity that you are producing. Basically, it can be your good quality as well and your bad quality as well. Okay. The main purpose of performance is to compare the actual production speed to the design production speed. In terms, it is about becoming aware. Okay. So like it was dedicated like in a shift or in a work center, the speed was like you can produce 10 quantity, but you are producing below it. So that information you can calculate here based on it. So you have total production time. Okay, out of which you can have a scheduled and unscheduled downtime. That will give you the net production time. But inside this net production time, dedicated, and then you have some speed loss. Means like you are the production was slow, or maybe any reasons. It was less than the design speed or design number of quantity to be produced. Then minus that, the speed loss is your the net operating time. Okay, so this will give you the performance basically.
But how you calculate the loss? Sorry.
Based on the speed
Net.
time, you have to mention, right? So we have application called standard rates. So standard rates is there where you define the for how much quantity you can produce. Like this material is there for, and so basically on this particular work center, if this material is there, paint one, so I can produce 10 quantity per hour. So this information you have to enter into the system. So if something coming is below it, it will be considered as a loss. So suppose like it was 10, but per hour you're producing only 5. So there's a 5 quantity loss per hour. So that is your loss you can calculate. This is how you calculate actual performance.
So standard ROP with ideal speed, right?
Yes.
Okay. So these data you have to maintain for each material for that particular resource.
Yes, that information you have to maintain. I think this is you have to do manually or API. I need to check. I think we have standard rates.
But what is the correlation with the ROP maintained in routing? Is it related with it? I mean, routing also we maintain time, right? To manufacture 100 pieces, it needs 30 minutes of operating time. Any relation?
So I cannot comment much on that because I don't know about this particular thing, like how speed design has been managed, or that it's a kind of a master configuration, right? So it's people who actually do, they know. But I just know like how to set up in the DMC and how you can do in even in the you're doing for this for MEMI implementation also, and there also you have to define this information. So that is as per the business process how they are defining that. So at the routing level also you can do, so that needs to be defined by the master manager actually who is managing all this information. Yeah. Standard rates we have, but I think this is just for getting the list. No, you can get the standard rates, create the standard rates, update. Yeah. So if you want to automate this as well, you can create a PPD based on like if any material or again, it's depend how at what point you want to create the standard rates. So like, is it possible like I want to associate every rates based on the work center. So instead of 1 second, we have work center. No, it can be done based on the material or the operation. Okay, or routing. So I want to say, okay, for this material, if this material is being processed at any work center anywhere, okay, so this is the rate. A 10 quantity per hour should be produced for this particular material. So that information I can automate it whenever this material is getting downloaded into the DMC system based on the business event. I can write one PPD and then have this logic. Okay. Okay. Next one is our performance. We talk about so many things is there. Well, let me just go through it. Okay. So one more thing we have to identify is like we in this DMC we are calculating this performance only for the parent SFC, parent resource only. So if particular work center multiple resources, then it's not calculating for all of it. It is calculating only for the parent resource who has marked as OE relevant. So that information you can see here. So this one, right? This is enable. This will be the parent, and for this particular resource, the calculation will happen. Okay.
So you can define multiple resources as a parent?
I feel like it should ideally, what should you do if I have one more resource? It should do the compounding of these two resources and show the OE. But as per the PPT, it doesn't seem any, so it's not marked as for the calculation for work. Okay, yeah. So if so, basically for the calculating OE for this on particular resource, it is always mandatory or required that you enable this particular checkbox radio button, basically not radio, what they call, I don't know. This buttons we have to make enable. Okay, then only this particular will be considered a part of OE calculation, otherwise no. And this one I need to see. There's something is contrasting to this particular statement. Okay, I will work on, I will see and let you know whether it is possible only for the parent resource or not. Okay. Then performance we discussed. Then we have quality calculation. Okay.
No, can you just scroll up there? We this total quality KPI.
So this is quality KPI. We discuss about the performance KPI. Okay. Then we have quality KPI. So quality is basically your performance plus my quality loss, whether you have some scrap or anything. Okay. So that will also be considered and will be reduced from the calculation. So quality KPI is compared to time needed for production of good quantity. So how much time you have taken to produce a good part. Okay. And the time for the overall production of okay, so basically it's calculation of it's a calculation of a good time taken for producing a good time to the total production overall production time, total production time. So the total production time will have the bad quantity plus my good quantity. So this will give you the quality percentage. So suppose here, this is my total net operating time. Means this is the time where I'm producing the good, I'm producing the product. Okay, out of which this much is my loss. So the actual value operating time, that means the actual time at which I produce only good products. So this is one. So basically, this divided by this will give me the quality KPI.
Quality KPI it should be a simple calculation. Like we are producing 100 pieces, out of which 5 is scrap, 5 is rejected. So it will become 95% quality KPI.
This is based on time actually. Like for it's not like it's not calculating the amount percentage of the good part.
Yeah, I understand practically, but here just I'm trying to relate with time.
Quality, I think this is how you calculate for the OE calculation, quality, performance, and availability. So actual time basically, OE represent the time basically, not the quantity or quality. Okay. So this is all the one thing which we discuss here. Yeah, this is the part where we want to start as well. I also wanted to start, but due to some configuration issue, we are not able to do. But I will go through the configuration part. Okay. So one thing is this is the application manage dashboard. So before using this, we have to do some configuration.
So,
Okay, so
before we move to the dashboard, so these are the only standard KPI, right? That is provided by
yes,
DM.
yes.
So can we create our own KPI or?
Yes, you have all the data, right? You have the production related data, whatever you're creating in the you are creating in your production. Just give me an example. So yeah, not here. Just So this is one. So here you can see here actual completion date. Okay. So how much quantity completed as per day. Okay, that information you can see. So you can create that in KPI as well to see how much quantity you are producing per day. Okay, so that you can see. If you want to visualize the quantity produced per material, how much quantity I'm producing per material, that information you can see. There's a two representation of that has been given here. One is the horizontal bar graph and then one is a pie. If you want to see the how many orders which are started on time, that KPI you want to monitor to understand like how much delay you're doing or not. That you can see. So 8% of time the order has started on the time, okay, or before time. So it's up to you what KPI you want to monitor. All data you have. So some possibilities are there. This list which I showed you, the MDO's list, this is little limited. Okay. So if from this MDOs your requirement is fulfilling, you can go with the DMCI dashboards. Else you can create your own UFI reports.
Okay.
Based on the APIs available, public APIs available, or based on that you can create. One topic I'm leaving for that is to show you how to dashboard look like, how to create it, since we don't have the configuration yet, but I will let you know what you need to update before you can use that application, prerequisite steps or configurations. Okay, so you have to make sure you have this user role assigned. Okay, DMC SAC user. Okay. And also when you're doing configuration, and also you need to have an admin role. Okay. And this is all about the how to create. This is about dashboard. Yeah. So this is one. So basically, why we have to do the single sign off. So basically, you're using embedded SAP. This is a different product itself. Okay. So to access SAP Analytical Cloud, we have to establish a trust between the DMC and the SAC. Okay. And that trust will be created by the identity provider, which you guys already have. Like, okay. So for that, we have to do this single sign on. So this one we are trying right now. Once that is done, we can go ahead and create our own dashboard and access the embedded SAC and whatever we want to create, we can do. For this, when you're doing this configuration, okay, you have to have the person who is doing this configuration, he or she needs to have this particular access. Okay, then only he or she can see this application and initialize embedded analytics, and there they can upload the certificate. Okay. This is the So basically, when you're doing this, you have to download the metadata file from the DMC and upload this into that identity provider. And then once you did the configuration, you will get one XML file that you have to upload here. So after that uploading, the trust will be configured. Okay.
So this activity you have to do for all the each and every user, or it's just a kind of a one-time setup and then
one-time setup for the system. So per system, if you are doing it on the quality, you have to do once. For production, you have to do once. So these are the initial setup you have to do once. Okay. So this is how you can enable the embedded SAC. Okay. Then this one operational reports we cover. Okay. These two reports we already have covered. So these are the roles basically I might miss. So these are the role which can needs to access this reports. Since I have a global administration role, I can you access it. But I think you guys also will have the same. So you will have so basically the operator cannot access this role, cannot access this report. These roles are needed. Same with the SFC report as well. Okay, so we mostly cover everything. Only part in this is like we need to understand how we can create your own story, how we can share it, how can we can save it, that information from there, and how someone else can use that stories or dashboard which the other person has created. So that part we're gonna see tomorrow due to the configuration yet not done actually. So for that, we're going to use this particular application. The tomorrow we'll have we'll create from the scratch a pod and we'll see how data is coming. We'll see how to use the MDOs, how to apply filters, what are the graphs available. So it's more about design part we're gonna see, and we'll create a dashboard. Okay. Any question related to the topic which we have covered till now? Anything related to the reports, SFC and order report? Or line monitor data. I will see the data. I will try to add more data and see whether it's coming or not.
Our comprehensive student metrics ensure top-notch learning experiences. We track engagement through attendance, participation, and video interactions. Performance is measured via quiz scores and assignment submissions. We monitor learning behaviors, including time spent and revisit patterns. Our metrics cover social learning, course completion rates, and even post-course success. With technical data on platform usage and device information, we optimize every aspect of your learning journey.
For the KPI for quality you were discussing, right? Again, the same point, right? For quality integration, again, it needs a customization or what?
Yeah, I'm trying. So see the quality, how you see. If I'm producing,
we saw the non-conformance process, right? Yesterday we discussed scrap and non-conformance, everything. In DM.
So non-conformance, yeah. How are you defining a bad producing quantity? You just scrap it, right? When you're doing non-conformance also, there's a two-way. Either you rework and correct
That's
that.
what I'm saying. We are declaring it as a scrap.
So when you're doing scrap,
right. So
then
that's okay. For DM, understood. But when we have a quality system, then it is coming from quality system. That integration again, it's a customization, right?
Yeah, that you can do, but I don't understand how it impact your quality of their code production.
In process, okay, you talk about in process inspection is possible in DM, right? So if we are rejecting any quality from, we are scrapping it off from in process inspection.
See, you need to understand what you're saying. So when you're saying scrappy, that means you're telling the system this is a bad quality, right? So that information system have already, right? You're doing it from the DMC system, execution system only. Why you're relating it with the QM? Is it possible like the order is working on the DMC, you're working on the DMC, but you are sending that information, let this quantity need to scrap. Yeah, is it coming from the QM module? I don't think so. Your performance.
So can you tell? I've not much.
No. In process is nothing to do with the quantity. Okay, it's just a result recording.
Exactly. Okay. And quality information also, like I think that is not possible. Like from the Q module, you are sending information to any integrated MES system that, oh bro, you just cancel this quantity because we need to scrap it. I'm the operator, I'm working it. I have to decide whether on the shop floor, whether it is It should come from the execution system, not from the any other module. That's what I'm feeling. Maybe I'm wrong also in this part. But
Not 100%. Like in manufacturing, you have two type of quality. One is in process, one is final one. Once you're done with that
final
productions.
is not supported in DMC at all as of now. So
Yeah,
that is
so
like you're doing after you produce. You say I'm produced. It went out of the shop floor, like
not
operational floor. Then you are
uh,
saying it
it's
is.
it's still part of the responsibility of manufacturing. It's between shop floor and warehouse. It's not till in the warehouse. It's in the shop floor, but with the quality check.
Okay. That final
Okay.
step quality check is not yet supported actually. That's the one
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Can you just
So
give me one
in that
second?
case, you can post from the QM.
In the case, you can post from the QM to notify the system that okay, this much quantity you have scrapped after that. Okay, then yeah, then in that case, your OE will also change because the information have the system will have that information like the quantity has been corrected, right?
Yeah.
That we need to see, but I never saw that scenario as of now in terms of DMC or even in terms of MEMI as well.
Not related to this, but in general, in extensions, like if we try to pull some data from DMC to the external systems, okay. So for that also, is there any like we can write some queries? So do we have this database level access, or it's just we use the standard API or like?
APIs. No access to database API. Yeah, no access to a database. We talked this topic initially. You don't have access to database. You have the APIs. You can use the APIs.
But to create, suppose if standard API is not available, and to create our own API, we have to write those queries, right, to access those data.
Yeah, so
Queries or
but I don't know how you can achieve that. I think that I'm not sure about it.
Okay.
Because you don't have access to database, right? How you write your query, where you will run. You don't know the structure, you don't know the table names, you don't know the
there is what. So those information are not available, right? Table structure, so where the data gets stored, or it's just somewhere in cloud. Like those informations, or from from MDO. MDO also
you
do
can
we
do
have a
it.
structure?
MDO
So can
you
we
can
access
do
from that MDO?
Yes, I told you, right? I think look at the architecture. Here for the MDOs also we have public APIs. You can use it in any external systems.
Yeah. So for MDOs, where plant material orders all get saved. So do we have those structures or table name where this data gets stored, or?
I will let you know tomorrow how this API because here in this particular I cannot see those MDOs API. I need to see, but 100% you can access whatever there under the this layer. Externally you can use. But again, this is also a limited list. It's not an all information you will have. It's a limited list.
See, our Kajal, main concern is not concerns, but the business process is, when we have the orders in the shop floor, so to print the shop paper, pick list, and labels, and access the document attached to the, bombs or routing or material.
Okay.
So those part, I'm little bit, not sure how can, not a business requirement, but in general, these are the practice. Like in general, whenever you have that order, you will that user print those shop paper, print the pick list, and when you produce it, you also produce some label.
I understand your point. Sorry. So, see, data you have, you can create your own dashboard as well. You can create your own reports as well. You can create interactive pods as well. So it's all like how you're using the features and functionality of DMC to
But how
fulfill.
that label printing will work? Do we define any printer in DMCs or like those?
Here, printer information is file. You can manage your assigned printer information and all those you can do. Okay, through Pico, also you can do CSV printer. I don't know what this means. What kind of printer queue it is. So for this, I think you have to enable the print service. Okay. Currently for this system, we don't have. So print service, you have to enable it. And then I think you can, some configurations need to be done. Then you can see the, I think, printers and then you can define it. Printing is possible. Printing features are there, but some pre-configurations are needed. Document printers are there. Templates are given there. Okay. So these are some sample templates. For discrete manufacturing they have given. So these are the information will be printed on the template. I think this I won't be able to open it. I don't know what this type of file we can open. Template file, I think this is a doc file. I don't have that. If I have PDF, how to upload that information. So I'm not sure about these actually. I never use as of now. But these features for using the printing feature, you have to enable one more service. And I think that you need to check because it might come with some costing as well. Okay, so for using this, you have to enable one more service. You know. Okay.